Alright, so I just finished watching episode 14. Yeah, 14 of So I'm a Spider So What. And oh man, this anime is a mixed bag for me. It's a mixed bag. See, I originally read the manga and I was a huge fan of the manga. I still am. I think it's great. However, the anime adaptation, the first main thing that I had a problem was the main character's face. It just looks so goofy. But you know what? I can ignore that, I guess. No big deal. And the point, and like, it's really, oh my, it's really episode 14 that made me want to make a video about this. So here's the thing. The manga, so for those of you that don't know, the source material for this anime is actually a light novel. It's not the manga, it's a light novel. But I haven't read the light novel, nor do I plan to. But I read the manga, and in terms of the manga, the only thing you get is the main character. The whole entire story is just the main character. Whereas in the anime includes the other classmates and stuff living as humans and stuff like that. That's this cool thing going on, telling both stories going on, right? I like it. I think it's actually pretty clever and cool. And that being said, looking at what's it called, the light novel, at least the the cover artwork of the light novels, it seems like it also does the same thing. It also tells the story of the humans and what's going on. So it seems like the manga is like the one that's doing things differently, and the anime is being or I don't know. It seems like it's being faithful to the light novel. I could be wrong, but it shows, it shows the other side. That what's it called, that the manga doesn't. So, that being said, when I first saw this, I wasn't the biggest fan of that because I kind of just wanted to focus on the main character. But if I had to say one thing for sure is that I had to give props. The story is actually pretty cool. I like it a lot. I think it's very interesting, and I think it's a great idea as to what's it called, the story is telling. That being said, the execution of the storytelling is, oh my. I was laughing while watching episode 14. I just could not believe that this was what was actually happening. I could not believe my eyes as to this is how things are going down. It's, I guess, in a way, ridiculous, in my opinion. I just don't like it whatsoever. Like, it's, no, it's just like there's only one good thing that came out of it, and that's the twist with the vampire. The main character saved the vampire baby. It turns out that vampire is a fucking demon. Well, not really a demon, but it was like a monster. In this anime, and it's against Slain. I think they call him Slain. What's it called? The blue-haired guy. And everything that just happened in this episode was so damn ridiculous that I was just dying of laughter because I just couldn't. Oh my god, like, man, whenever I cringe and stuff like that, and I really question an anime's decision or anything's decisions, like, what the fuck am I watching? I always like pause it and just like put my hands to my head, and I'm just like trying to comprehend like reality. And this pretty much happened all of episode 14. Alright, so let's break it down real fast. Episode 14, two characters got fucking brainwashed, right? And Hugo, the villainish guy from the beginning, is making his return, and then you have this vampire who's super powerful and is like super strong. It makes no fucking sense. Like, Slane goes in with his sister and to meet their dad, and then she killed him, which was pretty fucking cool. I like that. That was hard as fuck. Like, damn, she just fucking murdered that nigga in cold blood. But what follows up after that is straight ridiculous. So she kills the dad, right? And she's like, "Oh, brother, I can't believe you did that." Basically trying to frame him, and like the guards come in, and Slane's older brother, comes in, and he's like, "All right." It's like, "Oh, restrain him. He killed our dad, whatever." And the guy's like, "Nah." And then they unveil like this whole plan. This makes no fucking sense. It makes no fucking sense, bro. Like, what happened was, like, it just makes no sense because Sue, her sister, is like trying to play this, like, obviously she's brainwashed and shit, but the plan is okay, frame him for murdering dad, and everyone, and as soon as they bust in, they're like, oh my god, I can't believe you killed the dad, because there's the guards there, right? The guards are there, and then literally right after they like, it's like, oh yeah, we know, we literally killed it because I want to take your spot on I want to take this the throne and everything. Like they unveiled everything. It's like, what was the fucking point of acting as if what's it called? Shlaine was the one who murdered them. What was the point of all that acting? What was the point? Like, what did that gain? What did they gain out of that? Nothing. The guards were literally told what the whole plan was, and they were still cool with it. Like, if the guards were also brainwashed by Hugo and stuff, then why the fuck do they have to make this whole story up? Like, in front is like, oh, it's like what? Like, it just makes no, like, oh my, it's just ridiculous. That part was just fucking hilarious. And then what gets even more hilarious is Hugo's like, alright, I need you dead. Then the vampire lady comes through and she's like, nah, you can't kill him, right? So that made me think for a second, wait. So I was thinking for myself, like, wait, is she on his side? And I think there might have been an episode where, what's it called? Is it episode 9, 10? I don't know. The point is, someone was like, Hugo, we're gonna team up. And I don't know if that was her or not. But what's it called? The point is, oh man. So the point is, she prevents him from dying, and she's like super fucking powerful and shit. And like, I don't know. That's the point is, she's super powerful. She can block appraisal. She's got all this and that, right? And after they start telling, like, what's it called? After they talk for a little bit, you know, Hugo tries to go. The fucking elf teacher comes in, and like knocks Hugo out, like away, and is like, all right, Shlaine, we gotta dip out of here. And it's like this fucking vampire girl that's fucking like a motherfucking monster and is apparently super fucking powerful, just lets them leave. What? Like, she doesn't actually let them, like, alright, go ahead, leave the door. Like, they run away, right? Like, she grabs his hand and they book it running. But, like, if you're that fucking powerful, why can't you stop them? Like, I know later on she says, I'm not actually allowed to hurt the teacher. But then she goes on to say, like, oh, this isn't me hurting you on purpose. This is self-defense because you attacked me. Why couldn't you do that at the beginning? Like, why'd you have to wait until they left and then find them again? That makes it just, oh my god, it made no fucking, oh, there was just so much. My head was hurt. I was like, bro, you can't be serious. Like, I get it. Like the whole entire thing is to lead up and to get them, to get Shlaine and the other people to like group up and then fix the brainwashing from one of the main characters, like, I don't know, her name's like Katai or something like that, the girl with red hair. Like, I get what like it was supposed to happen, but the way it was done was just so awful that it makes me question, like, what the fuck was I watching? Like, oh my god, it's just so ridiculous. And then we get into where you have all the guards lined up in front. Yeah, blocking the exit for Shlaine, and then a bunch of arrows come raining down in front of the thing, and they just move aside, and they're like, Shlaine, we need to dip out of here, and like out of nowhere they're already fighting and shit, like the other forces are fighting and shit, and they just run through, oh my god. And then later on, what's it called, they meet up again, and like the whole brainwashing shit, like, the fighting honestly was not very good in my opinion. Like, yeah, you had some real moments, like, oh my, the fight was fucking ridiculous. I'm sorry, it was fucking ridiculous. Too much, like, there was the transition to what happens is so fucking weird. It made no fucking sense. Let me put it into perspective. Well, I know I just watched it, but I actually don't remember. Hold on, I can literally just watch the latest episode right now. I'm just gonna turn down this volume, go to episode 14, and we're gonna hit play. But what's it called? It was so awful. Like, oh my god, it was one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. Like I don't understand it. Like, he goes in for like I'm watching this right now, right? And he's like confronting this girl, right? And she's like, all right, so she's like, that's like, it's the same picture, but like the camera's like moving and like and shit is like shaking. And so he runs at her, right? And like, what the fuck? Like, I'm watching this right now. I'm watching this right now. Oh my god. I can't. I'm watching episode 14 right now. Like, I'm watching the fight right now on the website, and it's, oh my god, I can't believe it. I just, I can't. This, like so much. What the fuck just did I just look at? Like, alright, so they're standing a couple feet apart. She's about to launch this fire at him, right? Let me see if I can get this straight. He starts running towards her, blocks some fire. What? Wait, what? Bro, I just realized something. Oh my god. I'll show you. There's gonna be an image for you guys to see where the girl is like holding her hands like crossed armed and she has fireballs there, right? It's like he starts running at her, and you're not gonna see this part because I'm not gonna include video because I don't want the video to get taken down. Only screenshots. But what's it called? So she's holding the fucking eggs. He starts running at her, and he like dissipates the magic, and then it zooms back into her doing the same exact pose, him jumping, and then then changes to him jumping, and then what's it called? It shows her back in the same exact. It's the most fucking ridiculous shit I've ever seen. I gotta watch that again. Hold on. Hold on. Oh my god, this is, oh my, bro, is this seriously? Oh my god, I can't. I had to see this again. Okay, so she puts the double arms, right? She pulls the double flames in her hands, right? The fireballs. She goes, dissipates it, jumps towards her. The exact same thing, the same exact thing. And then she's like staring at him as he jumps up in there. And then it reaches for her and it just pans into, what's it called? The sword is somehow automatically at her throat. But that didn't make no fucking sense at all because I don't think once did we see him unseat the sword. I mean, I'll correct this. I'll be legit if he does right now. Like, I'll tell you guys it happened. He hasn't pulled out his swords. He's just running with his hands, dissipating the magic. You can kind of see his left hand is like reaching for his thing, but you don't see anything. Like, it just zooms in on his face as he's going, ha. And then it zooms into her face and it pans down and the fucking sword is blocking. But the sword is in his right hand. His left hand was going for the sword, but it's at his left. His left hand is doing some like fucking weird shit. At first, I thought he was gonna fucking smack the shit out of her, but he doesn't, bro. He just doesn't. He just stands there and he like lets her turn. Then he puts the sword down and he tackles her. Oh my god. And the way they get the unbrainwashing is so fucking ridiculous too. He's literally just calling out her name and then like she's like, and then she fucking kills herself because she kind of like gets back her memory, like she kind of gets back her what's the word? Control of her body or whatever. She's like, I can't, you have to kill me. And obviously he's not gonna do it, so she fucking kills herself, but you don't see anything happen. You just kind of get the what's it called, the intention that she's gonna kill herself, and then she like falls over and you see the blade and she's like, ah, and then this nigga, oh my god, and then he's like holding on to her and stuff like that, and then he starts crying and like he's like, he lets out a big yell and somehow he had the power to fucking heal her or some shit, and then this, oh my god, right, so he heals her, right? And then the fucking vampire shows up and she's got the motherfucking head of some person named Poltemus. I don't even remember who the fuck Poltemus is. I think she's like the maid or some shit. Oh my god, it's fucking, oh man, I can't. So what's happening is like, oh man, I just can't. I really can't. So she holds the sword, she's like supposedly super fucking strong and she's like blocking out like, oh, magic doesn't work against her, and then the fucking dragon shows up because, you know, she hatched from her egg and showed up, which I kind of actually predicted because I'm like, where the fuck is the dragon? She's got to show up, right? And so she does, and again, this is the funniest shit I've ever seen because not twice, I mean not once, but twice did this vampire, for literally no reason, for like no legit reason, just like, as powerful as she, like, this dragon fucking charges up a hyper beam, launches it at her, right? And nothing happens. She's just standing there. The vampire's just standing there and literally watches her take off with it. Like, I get it, maybe she blinded her with a big flashlight. Like, maybe it's not actually a hyper beam and maybe it was like a solar flare. But it's the funniest, like, goofiest shit ever. Like, oh yeah, magic doesn't work against her, but a giant bright light is more than enough to block it, like to just leave her stunned. It's like, okay, and then they fucking escape and shit, and then, oh my god, I can't. And then it turns out that the fucking vampire is what's it called? Teaming up with the Demon Lord, which is, like I said, the story wise, it's actually super interesting and actually kind of cool what they're doing. What this story is telling, I actually think it's really cool, and it's leaving me some questions that even I can't really figure out all too well, because the teacher said the main character died, and we already know that the main character's journey that's going on right now is the past, and this is now the present. So basically, all the students that are going on is in the future after the main character Spider already did what she's been doing, right? But at the same time, it doesn't make sense because it kind of seems to me like it's leading up to her, to Kumiko. I guess I think that's her name, Kumiko. I could be wrong. I'm bad at names, but the main character becoming the Demon Lord. And the vampire that she saved, that the baby vampire that she saved, is now obviously grown up, and Kumiko became the Demon Lord. But it doesn't really make sense because in the manga, and as we'll probably see in the anime, the Demon Lord and Kumiko both meet up because the Demon Lord's trying to kill Kumiko, but Kumiko's like, nah. Like, nah. She's fucking dipping and running away and shit. Now, honestly, and then before Manga Dex went down, there was the latest chat. I think the latest chapter that I had read was what's it called? The Demon Lord found her again, and she's like, I fucking found you. I found you again, and you're still alive. And it's like she obviously has beef with Kumiko, the main character. So it's leaving some questions. Like, it's questioned because obviously in the future, the Demon Lord's still the Demon Lord, and the fucking vampire is still a vampire, you know, like, and I don't know. It's interesting, but yeah, this shit was fucking hilarious. I had to make a video about it because this I'm sorry, but story-wise, telling this, the execution of this was fucking whack. It was so fucking whack. I just couldn't. It had me in tears by how awful it was. I'm not even joking. Like, oh my god. That being said, I'm still gonna continue watching. I'm not gonna drop. I don't really drop anything. I've only dropped one show, and that's for other reasons. But what's it called? Oh man, I couldn't do it, bro. I struggled. I was like, I had to pause it so many times and just like laugh. I just had to laugh out loud. And even now, rewatching the fight was fucking. I can't, bro. I can't. So yeah, that's gonna do it. Episode 14 was so fucking whack. I'm sorry. The execution is garbage. I'm sorry. I don't really have much hope for this, to be honest with you, in terms of this being really, really good or anything. One thing though, I want to point out, if there's one thing to praise in this anime, I mean in this episode 14, it has to be the juxtaposition. Well, not really the juxtaposition, but showing what's it called, Kumiko. Like, obviously we see that goofy ass face that I hate, but what's it called? But all the people there, what's it called? Like the humans and stuff, they see a fucking crazy ass demonic face, right? I like that. It looks really fucking cool to me. But, and I get why they do it and stuff like that, and why they give her this goofy ass face. But it's still ridiculous. I'm sorry, it's still ridiculous. But it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, funny scenes, but that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.